Hello, Swamiji. I must confess, I don't know.
Get the mic closer to you.
I must.
Closer.
I must confess that I don't know anything about nothing. But for the last few years, I've been having some strong urges to do something, but not knowing what to do. So it's reflective in my business life and my personal friendships and personal relationships. I'm making wrong decisions.
See, there are some things you know. There are some things you don't know, but you know you don't know. There are some things you don't know and you don't even know you don't know. There are some things which you don't know, but you know you don't know. But there are some things you don't know, you don't even know you don't know. I am digging into that layer only. See, if you know, no problem. Forget about it. You know. Second, you don't know, but you know you don't know. That is also no problem. Third, you don't know, but you don't even know you don't know. That is what is the curse given to Karna by Parsurama. Understand? You know the story of Karna and Parsurama. Karna went and learnt some things from Parsurama without revealing his real identity by cheating. So Parsurama curses him. You will not remember this when you really need. So he doesn't even know what is going to disappear from him. Taking this as an account that he know all these things, he gets into the war, but he doesn't even know he doesn't know that. It is not going to be there with him when he needs. That is the, I can say, the worst punishment. Parsurama says, all Guru Drohis will have this curse. That is why when people during this rumors and scandal abused me, I said, Array, you go and carry on with your life, nothing wrong, do what you want, but don't abuse. Because many things, knowledge, understanding, experiences which you received from me will disappear, will not be useful to you when you really need it, and you will be entering into many war knowing that you will be able to handle it with this knowledge. Many fellows are going to enter into life in many things, in many ventures, having the courage and guts and energy and experience, enthusiasm which they had it when they were around me. When they were around me, they had so many things. Experiences, knowledge, courage, confidence, so many things. So they will now unconsciously settle down. This is their personality. And they will enter into many ventures. See, Karna is not a fool. He would not have got into the war with Arjuna unless he is very sure he has a Brahmastra, Nagastra. Many astras, he got it from Parsurama. But the fool forgot. It is not going to work when he really needs. The unconscious mental setup, it is like a false ceiling. You forgot it is a false ceiling and tried to poke it, and it gave way. These guys who abused the master, they are also standing on a false ceiling. They will have their own idea about themselves, and they will venture into some big thing. Only when they venture, when they are in the war, middle of the war, they will realize ground is giving way, and the thing which they are supposed to, which is supposed to be standing for them, is not there. That's the worst curse. Understand? Many times you don't know, and you don't even know you don't know. That is the big problem. We will work on that only. Come on.
Swamiji, right from my childhood, I have a sort of fear always in me. Because of that, all my life, whatever other people do to me, I was not able to show my emotions, whatever. Since I suppressed all these years, I have been in a deep depression. And also I like to do lots of things in life. Either I won't be able to complete because of my physical condition, or even if I complete, I don't have the satisfaction or that I never feel complete that I've done something. And as like any other woman, I expect lots of love and sharing from my husband, which never happened in my life. So now that I'm in spiritual line, I'm in between that. I always feel if I go to spiritual also, that engram will be there, whether I'll be able to succeed in that. And even if he changes also, he has not changed. Whatever he is, basically he's a nice person, but he never listened to me, never shared anything in my life. Even if he changes also, it's, since we become old, it's not going to be helpful to me.
You see, you are creating already problems after problems. First problem, he is not changing. Second, even if he changes, I have decided I am not going to be happy because the age is over. So you are trying to hit the wall. Understand? You will be comfortable only if you find a problem which is not going to be solved at all. See the pattern, ma? First, he is not changing. And second, you are not even saying, if he changes, I will be happy. Then we can at least work in that line.
Thinking like that all these years.
Now, you are next thing, even if he changes, our age is over. What is there to be happy? You see the mental setup, which is decided, my life is suffering, I am going to be suffering. My life is nitya dukkha. You understand? It is a mental setup, ma.
Yeah.
First thing I can say, you don't need the other person's change for happiness. Second, whether it happens now or not, it is not even it is immaterial. Third, even if he changes, why don't you celebrate the remaining years?
That Swami has to do in me. So.
Come on. Next. But just see how you guys stand in the dead end and cry it is a dead end, dead end, dead end. The patterns.
I have a difficulties with my self-expression because many times in the past, when I express, people were in my family who were afraid of me. Now, when sometimes I express and people are listening to me, I am afraid of me. And sometimes when I express, I want to express, my word does not come, and when I express, my brain stops at any moment. So I have
the extraordinary fear about your very existence. The very existence of you, you feel like a accident. See, most of us are not afraid of the accidents. We are afraid of our own existence because we think our existence itself is accident. It is not done like a proper 1 + 1 is 2. We always feel, no, something clicked and something happened. All the major components of you, your health, you feel accidentally you are healthy still. Your wealth, you feel accidentally you are wealthy still. You are not qualified, accidentally it has happened around you. Relationship, if you have some good people in your life, accidentally they are all there around you. You are not worthy of it. House, accidentally you have it. You feel all major components of your life is accident. Anahata is actually the 12 petal lotus. The description, see, with the energy center for the heart. Tomorrow onwards I will start. Today I am not going to start any of the chakras. Tomorrow I will start the chakras. Today I am going to only do the introduction and make you understand these two, samskara and vasana. But I am just giving you the quote, the description about this heart center. It's a 12-petal lotus. The description says, you feel 12 major accidents have happened in your life, your birth, and your education, and your capacity to make wealth. Like these 12 major dimensions of your life and your death. All 12 you always feel as accident. So you feel you are an accident. Because you are an accident, you always have the deep insecurity. A small rumor about some problem which may happen to you at some time is enough to put you in depression for next 2 days. Just one rumor from Japan, the radiation has traveled till Madras, and last 4 days whatever you ate, fruits or vegetables in the Madras, is filled with radiation. Enough. You will be in depression for next 1 week. It's a simple rumor, not verified knowledge or information. Enough. All the fellows who are from Chennai, oh, I don't know what I ate, what happened. And the fruit you eat in Chennai is not growing in Chennai. You need to know it is from Shimla, or it is from some other state, Bangalore. You will not even get into the fact. And this Delhi bug, super bug, a big theory is going on. So small rumor is enough because you feel you are an accident. Understand? You are not an accident. You are incident. You are qualified for what you are. Please understand. When during this scandal and rumor, everybody, even including my close ashramites, felt this whole organization is going to be taken away from me. I said, relax. I am qualified for this organization. Because I am qualified, wherever I sit, this whole organization will evolve within 1 year. If I am not qualified, it will not be around me, even if it is legally around me. I made it very clear. These guys were saying, no Swamiji, what is this? What are you talking? Be practical. I said, relax. I am the most practical man on the earth. Because I know the law of cosmos. I am qualified. So this cannot be taken away from me. The man who made this throne and gave it to me is given because I am qualified. Even he cannot take it away. He tried his best. They tried their best. But the fools don't know. They can only give. They can't take it because I am qualified. So understand, have tremendous confidence that you are qualified. Even the people who gave you many things in your life can't take it away from you. Just my clarity. I am qualified. Nobody can take it away. It's there. Nobody was able to take it away. Yes.
Thank you.
Next.
Just want to give 2 examples. One is that whatever I do, like going for a shopping, selecting a sari for myself, I really don't remember what color I like or what pattern I like. First immediately the thing comes is like whether my father-in-law likes it or my husband will approve it, is the price fine, all these things. I'm not able to enjoy what I do. And the second one is I'm not able to sleep properly. I'm getting disturbed for the smallest sound. I get disturbed and I don't have a proper sleep at all.
I can say, again this lands into Anahata only. Expecting the others' approval. few people have started commenting that why do you wear the color dress? I said, I feel I am wearing. If you are not interested in seeing, close your eyes. That's all I said. You have freedom to close your eyes. But wearing is my response, my freedom. My body, I am covering as I want. When did I sell my body to you? No. I sell only the words I am uttering. So you need to reclaim your boundaries without being arrogant. See, what I did is not arrogance. I am not interfering in your life. And I don't talk to people or advise people unless they come and ask me. I am very clear. That's why even in the NTV, I said, if they want to log in, let them log in and see. So I think you need to reclaim your life, your freedom. In a very humble way, but sharply, strongly.